Hey everybody, we're out here in the garage. We're gonna pick a couple orders. Bringing y'all with me as we pick here. Let's see what we got up here. We got a lot of items. We're almost to 300 items on the store. We're doing really good. I just looked at my total for the year. So from January 1st until today, which is April 11th, or not April, June 11th, we are at over $10,000 in sales. Now, obviously that's not profit, that is gross before taxes, buying the items and such, and eBay fees, but that is a great milestone. I'm so happy to hit that. It has been awesome with eBay. I'm still pulling about $100 a week in profit out of my bank account. So if you've watched my previous videos, I set up a separate bank account where all of my transactions go through. So all my shipping labels that I buy, anything I use, anything I buy for the reselling, except for things I buy at garage sales that I use cash, comes out of that account. That way I can really easily keep track of how much I spend. For garage sales, I just write down where I bought the item and how much I spent total at the garage sale. And then I usually try to pull the cash out of that bank account at the end of the month. So if I spend $300 at a garage sale, I'll pull that cash out of the account. And basically, usually I'll just keep it for the next garage sale. We'll reinvest. But let's go ahead and pick an item here. Let's see what we have. So we got this at a garage sale, and I think I paid like $1 for it. It's a little stowaway weight. I'll show you guys that in a minute, but that's one item we got. Then we have, let's see what else. We sold a DVD player. I bought 2 of these, and I think I've bought them before. They're really good sellers. So I got these at Goodwill or Salvation Army, and it was their 50% off electronic day. So keep a lookout for these. These are easy to find. DVD players are pretty easy usually to find. So it's this one. It's a Sony BDP 61700. So I'll show you right there. That's what you want to look up on eBay. The model number, the white. In white, right? Yeah. That's an item we sold that for 20 bucks, and I think we bought it for like $4 because it was half off day on electronics. So usually they run about $7 to $9, but if you get it on the white tag day or electronic day, they do 50% off on them. So that's a good time to pick them up. And then what else did we sell? Let me check. Oh, we sold these filters. So I have my filter stack here. I haven't been buying filters as much as I used to, but we sold these Honeywell pre-filters. I think I bought them for $2, $3, and sold them for $10 plus shipping. Whoops, dropped that. And then, oh, that little stowaway thing, that was a really good find. That sold for $61. I know, crazy. And then we sold this Tiffany glass. I think that was the last item. I think we sold 4 things today. I think that's down here. Let me see if we can find it. Yep, right here. So we'll get that out and I'll show you that inside too. We don't want to break that. Let's just set that right there. But yeah, we are doing really well. We are getting a lot of items. I tried to organize it a little differently out here. So let's just show you really quick. So got my toy section right here. Let's bring you in closer. So here are my toys, all my toys right here. Kind of disorganized, but we do the best we can. Then I keep my glasses, my glass type stuff there. So we got some Tuscany glasses. Then we keep filters and tennis rackets. Apparently it's kind of just a mismatch at this point for this area. And then we have our tech over here, sunglasses and sunglass cases. Then we have like home stuff. So we have like this egg cooker, this knife set. So this knife set I found at Salvation Army sells for $100, if you believe it, on eBay. Really nice. You wouldn't even think. I just saw it and I was like, new knife in box. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. And it was a good one. We haven't sold it yet, but we will. Then we have our clothes over here. I did go a little crazy. I bought a couple of books. I've been just kind of getting into a little bit of everything. But I have some different books here from the garage sales. And then I have video games. Kind of staying away from video games. Not the best seller. Most of them don't go for too much. I do have this Halo Wars sealed for the Xbox 360 that sells for like $40 with free shipping. And then I have all of this plush that I have. These shoes, I have these shoes listed for $180 right now. I bought them for $13, so hopefully we can sell them. I've had to basically go from the racking system into a box system. So pretty much everything that doesn't fit in those racks, I put into these boxes. and that is how we do those items. Kind of just group them together, kind of by like items or how I bought them basically. So whatever I bought that day goes in the same box. Then I have my huge stack of boxes that is just growing and turning into a big pile. I don't really have a good way of storing them. My garage isn't that big. I already don't keep a car out here. And I think I need to get another racking system out here or figure out another way. So I only have the one rack right now. I think I need to upgrade to a second one. But let's go ahead and head inside and look at these items that sold. We'll see you in a second. All right, so we brought you back into the house. We're down on the floor. We're gonna look at those items. So let's see what we have. So this is that item that sold for $61. Definitely the best seller of the day. It's just some weights, little gram weights in there. It's called a stowaway. Pretty good name there. If you had it with the sticker, it probably would even go for a little bit more. It's just the brand name. It's, I think, Ohas is the brand that makes that. And it's just a little red sticker that would go right there. But yeah, that sold for $61. Then, like I said, we had this little Sony DVD player with the cord. I found that out there. And like I said, check the back when you buy these. Look them up by that model number. These are really easy to find at Goodwill and Salvation Army. Probably don't buy them from Goodwill. Most likely buy them from like your Salvation Army or like local thrift store, church store. Then we had, where is it? Oh, over here. This Tiffany glass. I actually got this on Whatnot. So I do source from Whatnot. The best advice I have for you guys for Whatnot is to find a seller that you really enjoy watching that does like a garage sale, estate sales type things. I don't know if you'll be able to see that, but yep, there you go. You can see Tiffany and Company. And this was an international sale, so that is nice because you will not have a return. And if you do, eBay will take care of it. So that is nice. It is a really beautiful piece of glass. Sold that for $25. So that was a really good little sale for just that little piece of glass plus shipping. And then the last item, where is it? It's hiding from me. Oh, I think I left it. So that last item was those Honeywell pre-filters. So those were the sales that we had. Doing really well. I've been keeping my my goal is to sell at least 3 items per day, list 6 items per day as well. And I've been doing that. I would say if you list, whatever you list, hopefully your goal should be to at least sell half of what you list. So if you list 5 things, you sell 2.5. If you list 10, you sell 5 a day. Once you get your eBay up and running, obviously, you know, the first couple weeks that you list, you're not going to sell 5 things every day unless you have really desirable items. But coming up for me, I'm going on vacation to South Carolina. I'm hoping to maybe do some thrifting and some garage sales while I'm there. And I'm going to bring my camera and I'm going to hopefully maybe do my first garage sale picking video. We'll see how that goes. You know, maybe since I'm not in my hometown, I won't feel so weird about it, but we'll see how that goes. Pretty much other than that, we've been doing really well with sales lately. The last month, I would say we've really picked it up. Going for higher dollar items. I'm trying to run through my inventory. I actually, another big milestone, I opened a eBay store. So that is where you actually pay eBay to have a store. You set up, you can run coupons. That's the biggest advantage. Until you are listing or using $250 per month, I wouldn't advise getting one. You don't really need it. But I finally got to the point where all the listings I have, every time they renew. So eBay automatically will renew a listing after 30 days, and that counts as one of your listings. So when you get up to about 200 items, you're gonna have maybe 30 to 50 a month that will auto relist. So that's gonna deduct 50 out of your total of 250. And then if you do 6 times 30, that's about 180 listings a month that you're using. And then with your 50 listings that are typically on auto relist, that is another, you're almost at 230, I believe, at that point. So you only have about 20 listings to play with, which you do want to try to refresh your old listings. That is definitely a strategy that is tried and true. It does work. I've used it before. I haven't been using it in the last few months because of me running out of listings. Every month, about a week before the month end, I was running out of listings. So switching up to the store allows me to have 1,000 listings per month, which is plenty. I won't need any more for a long time for that. I want to keep my store lean. So I've actually been trying to get rid of some lower value items. I'm probably gonna have a garage sale at the end of this month, maybe start of the next month, because of everyone gets their social security checks and benefit checks, and people just typically garage sale at the beginning of the month. At the end of the month, you know you're paying bills. First week of the month, you know you're paying your house bill, your electric, and all that kind of stuff. So second week of the month is a good time to have a garage sale. And I'm gonna sell a lot of my old items that haven't sold, or that maybe I shouldn't have bought, and just try to recoup some money back. And so I think I'm gonna try to cut my store down, try to get rid of those low selling items. I've already gotten rid of a few items that weren't doing well. I called a lot of video games, and I'm gonna save them for Whatnot. So I've been trying to build up a little bit of a Whatnot base on when I'm buying on Whatnot. You know, I really try to interact, and I've gained a couple of followers. I think I'm at like 30 followers, not that many. But I've been trying to build that up, relationships on Whatnot, and also building up inventory for Whatnot. So things that maybe I bought for too much, or, you know, video games, that type of thing, I've put them all in a box, and I'm gonna start building up a big container for Whatnot. So that way I have a lot of items I can run, and hopefully I'll be able to make some quicker sales. But other than that, I'll do the garage sale and get rid of some of those lower dollar items. Definitely when you're starting out is what I did. You go in and you buy a lot of items. You don't really comp them. You don't check to see what the sale through is. You know, you just see one sold for 40 bucks and you can buy it for 5. You're like, I want to do that, make 35 bucks. But then when you actually get home and look more in detail, there's only been a couple have sold, or maybe just one sold for that amount a couple months ago, and now it's only selling for $20. So be careful on that. Go in, set a limit for yourself. You know, I think ADH Dave, he did the $15 limit on himself, where he would only buy items that he could make a $15 profit on, or $15 at least sale value on eBay. Definitely try to do that when you're starting out. But that is my plan going forward. Try to trim down the store a little bit and start picking up a little bit more profitable items. Next thing that I'm working on is I am going to try to source 90% of my items from garage sales. I'm in Florida, so now that the summertime has hit, officially hasn't started yet, but it is summertime. It's getting up to 100 degrees every single day. Humidity is crazy high. Like right now, it's 79 degrees outside, 84% humidity, and it is almost 8:30 at night. That's pretty crazy to be almost in the 80s at that time of night. But the garage sales have started to slow down, I noticed a little bit. But I'm gonna try to source more things from garage sales. Obviously, you can get a lot more items for cheaper than you can from Salvation Army, Goodwill, thrift stores, that type of things. I haven't tried a bins out. There are a couple of bin places in my area. There's not a Goodwill bins close by to me, but there's a couple of bin stores. I'm just kind of wary about those places because a lot of times they get Amazon return pallets, and Amazon, people do return things to Amazon that are broken. There's reasons that they return them, not just because they don't want them anymore, but because they're broken. I mean, I've had that happen to me when I bought things from Goodwill before, while I buy an electronic and it's broken. I just bought these glasses. They're in the garage, but they're 3D glasses. I tried them out, plugged them in. They were working fine. They were brand new in the box. Sold them. The person got them and said, hey, these aren't holding a charge. And of course, I sold both of them at around the same time, and both of them were returned to me. I looked it up, and because they were so old, they were actually a couple years old and hadn't been charged in so long, the batteries were dead and they would not hold a charge. So things like that, where you buy it new in box, you just don't expect anything. Be careful with electronics for things like that. Batteries go bad, they corrode, different types of things. So always open up your items, even if it's new in box, if it's an electronic, and test it out, I would say. I, in my personal opinion, you guys let me know in the comments, if something says new in box, to me that means that if I bought it, everything that it would have came with when it was shipped to a store to sell, or how it comes from the manufacturer, is still in the box. And it hasn't been used, it has no scratches, no defects, nothing's wrong with it. So to me, just because something's open, like let's say this razor set. This is kind of a bad example, but let's say the box was open, but everything else was normal. Just this little plastic seal was broken. To me, that's still new in box. I don't know. I've looked at things where how eBay describes it too, and that's how it kind of seems to me. He uses the example of like a video game. Obviously those are brand new sealed, but just as a video game, let's say it has the manual, it has the game, it has no scratches, nothing's wrong with it, it's perfectly good. To me, that's new in box. It just depends. You know, obviously if it's brand new, if it's an item that's brand new sealed, I'll often look at the items, see if they are like sealed in saran wrap normally, and if they are, then obviously I won't say they're brand new. But if typically all the other ones that are brand new are not sealed like in the saran wrap, I'll say it's brand new. But you guys let me know. But yeah, test items. If it's electronics, make sure they're working. But to wrap up the show, guys, I am enjoying making these videos. I am going to try my hardest to be better on putting these out at least once a week. It's been hard. I've had a lot of different things going on, like we all do in life, but I love making them, and I love my eBay journey so far. It's been going great. I've learned so much, ups and downs, all arounds. I have some buyer returns I got to talk to you guys about in the next episode when we talk again. But the last big news, there's a lot of big news that happened since my last video. I hit over $7,000 for my 90-day total. Clap, clap for me. Really excited, just doing really well. I want to pick up the profit, the net profit, because definitely I'm not bringing in tons of money. I'm not going to replace my full-time career yet, but I want to. We're working our way. Like I said, I want to do this in a year's time, hopefully, maybe be able to have this as my full-time job. It would be amazing. But that's going to wrap it up pretty much for this one. I'm going to leave some previously sold items for the past week so you guys can see my profit, what it's sold, how much it's selling for. Those 4 items, I'll show you guys those too. It's been awesome. I'll see you guys on the next one. Mr. Florida Flipper.